a true number one wideout for Justin Fields, and not unlike what we saw with the Eagles doing this last year around this time. Money to spend now and in the future to build a roster. There's what it all looks like and how it nets out. To move up to the number one pick in this draft, of course, Carolina sending all of those picks. And, of course, they then, in return, the Bears get DJ Moore. So, Mina, let's start on the Bears side of things here. How do you feel about this for Chicago and what they got?
I really like this for Chicago. And for me, it starts with DJ Moore, who's essentially being valued as a first-round draft pick when you consider what else the Bears could have gotten, what other teams have gotten with this kind of draft package. Last year in Carolina, despite the fact that he played with assortment, shall we say, of quarterbacks, nice. DJ Moore still finished 5th league-wide in 20-yard-plus catches. That's more than A.J. Brown, guys. Now he gets to play with Justin Fields, who we know has a cannon attached to his arm. And perhaps more importantly, the Bears get to truly evaluate Justin Fields because now with DJ Moore, Chase Claypool, and Darnell Mooney slide down, he has a solid group of pass catchers. There's still work to be done, but as a starting place with these draft picks and a number one wide receiver, I really like it for the Bears, both in the short and the long term.
I wanted Mina to curse so bad. I wanted you was finna curse. I know you was finna curse. And I wanted
not going to.
Listen,
She's never said a bad word in her life.
Never. She is a.
You went national television 3 years ago and told your mom you were going to stop saying the D word. That hasn't happened.
His mama still loves him, though.
It's in my DNA. Listen, I love this because of what Mina said, her last point, the evaluation of Justin Fields. We've all kind of agreed on this show that Justin Fields is a guy that you can not only build around, but a guy that can win games for you and be elite at the position based on all of his necessary tools. And then you think about Justin Fields sitting at home during this time, saying, because all of these young quarterbacks kind of get an idea of franchise thinks about them as well by the moves that they make. Now, obviously, we want to see some offensive linemen come through for the Chicago Bears. But to go out and get a weapon, a position of need, and we've talked about this. We saw the trade for Chase Claypool. So they've made it clear now that they want to try to get Justin Fields the weapons that he needs in order to take that next step and move further along the line. And y'all, I'm going to say it, and I know this year was a phenomenal year. But if you don't think that Justin Fields can't be Jalen Hurts, you ain't been watching football. If you don't think he can turn into that based on the system around him and having the right pieces in place, you're kidding yourself.
Marcus, I said this morning, and this isn't a take show, but I think he's going to play MVP-level football for the next 2 years, or at least they're giving him that 2-year window with this. I love the additions, but I'm playing the Mina Kimes role a little bit today. So while I do love the trade for Chicago, and I love DJ Moore, I do think there's some missed opportunity today for some offensive line pieces. Now, look, they took Braxton Jones, and I think the 5th round last year at left tackle, up and down rookie year. And at right guard is Tevin Jenkins, who was their draft pick a couple years ago in the 1st round, who's playing guard, the tackle from Oklahoma State. This is what I'll say. I believe they just signed Nate Davis, an interior guard from the Tennessee Titans. I absolutely love that addition. So we're talking about a team that has added DJ Moore. They've added some draft picks. They've added Nate Davis. If Braxton Jones develops, I think they need to get a
9th overall. I'll just jump in quickly. You think they go O-line there for sure?
I think so. And I know the defense is a bad unit, but I'm sitting here. I still think they need a right tackle, and I still think they need a center. If we're going to sit here and say, not only let's evaluate Justin, let's give Justin a chance to play rock star football. They got, and the last thing I'd say this, I want a tight end in the draft. I don't want a receiver. We've talked about this tight end group. I want a tight end.
It's a deep tight end class, so there's a lot there. Well, makes a lot of sense. And Mina, there should be some O-linemen they could get at that 9th overall pick that could be immediate difference makers.
Totally agree. That's a great spot to take an offensive tackle. There's quite a few that we're going to talk about in the coming weeks. Dan, I hear you, but there's a lot of free agency left. There are still guys out there. There are guys who are going to be released. So I do think that there's still work that the Bears can do, and they have a lot of money to do so.
I'm not letting Orlando Brown hang the phone up.
Yeah.
If I'm Chicago.
But here's the thing. Unless you're going to move Braxton Jones to the right side, that's the only reason you get Orlando Brown.
Bring that championship pedigree in for me.
Our Courtney Cronin is confirming that Davis was signed by the Bears, so that's good.
I like that.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.